Will Rogers, an American humorist, actor, and author best known for his Broadway and film performances, said that the only difference between debt and taxes is that debt doesn't get worse every time the Congress meets. Hi, I'm Andrea Leiva, and I'm going to talk about basic topics of tax law that you should know. Among the majority of the Mexicans and even Americans and people from other countries, when we hear to talk about taxes and fiscal authorities, bad thoughts come to us, because we perceive taxes as something bad, as well as the authorities in charge of collecting them. And we see this as a very difficult subject to understand. Tax law and taxes are currently a controversial topic in Mexico, derived from the reforms implemented by the current government, which many perceive as abusive for the employer and for the workers. And this has a lot of repercussions for the investment and the economy of the country. That is why, as Mexicans, we must be informed about these topics that are so important in our country. So, I will tell you 3 basic topics of tax law that you should know, beginning with what is tax law and the importance of this branch of the law, the definition of tax and examples of the most important taxes in Mexico, and for the last, the means of defense that we have in Mexico. We understand by tax matter everything related to the state income from contributions, and the relations between the state itself and individuals considered in their capacity as taxpayers. Fiscal law, according to the academic Raúl Rodríguez Lobato, is the system of legal norms that regulate the creation, collection, and control of taxes, and determines the nature and characteristics of the state's relations with the taxpayer that is obligated to pay them. This obligation of paying taxes is established in the Article 31, fourth section of the Political Constitution of the United Mexican States. And the importance of this topic is that all Mexican citizens, as I said, and even foreigners, in some cases, have to pay taxes. Therefore, it is important to have a basic understanding of this. According to the Article 2, first section of the Código Fiscal de la Federación or Federation's Fiscal Code, taxes are the contributions established by law that must be paid by individuals and companies who are in the legal or de facto situation. The most important federal taxes are ISR, IVA, and IEPS. ISR, or income tax, is a general, personal, and direct tax that taxes the income of individuals and companies, and has to be paid every year or every fiscal exercise, as we said in this branch of law. IVA, or value-added tax, is a general and indirect tax that is generated every time a good or service is purchased, and it's the more common, or it's the one that most of the people thinks when we hear to talk about taxes. IEPS, or special tax on production on services, is a special tax that is applied to the production of certain goods and certain services. These goods and services, in general, cause social damage or their consumption is unwanted. Some examples are alcoholic drinks, beer, tobacco, gasoline, diesel, energy drinks, drinks with added sugars, and foods with high calorie content. The most important means of defense, according to the Federation Fiscal Code, are the following. First, we have the revocation reserves, that is presented to the same authority that carry out the administrative act. In this case, it would be the Tax Administration Service, better known as SAT. Then we have the contagious administrative judgment or nullity judgment, which is presented to the Federal Court of Administrative Justice. And finally, in some cases proceeds the amparo trial. Well, now you know some basic topics of tax law, which includes what is tax law and the importance of this branch of the law, the definition of tax and examples of the most important taxes in Mexico, and for last, the means of defense that we have in Mexico. Finally, I would like to tell you why I agree with the quote by Will Rogers that I told you at the first part of this video. And it's because, as we have been able to see in these months, more and more new taxes are being created, or the rate of those that already exist is raised. And this affects the working population, as their real salary is less and less. That's my final thoughts, and I hope this video helped you to understand the basic topics of tax law. Thank you.